Hi everybody, Elisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. I just got back from a long weekend in Cape May, New Jersey, and so I kind of have travel items on the brain, and I figured I would um, do a quick video about some of the travel cases that I used. Since I did something a little bit different, and I thought I'd talk about it before I actually really unpack everything. I'm still not really unpacked. And also, I did want to mention, do something regarding this bag, a video regarding this bag, because I feel like somebody may have asked me a few weeks ago if I could talk about this, which is the iconic large cosmetic. And I completely forgot about that, so I'm so sorry. I apologize to that person, but I did use this, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity to throw this in here too. I know that usually when I'm traveling in my other traveling videos, if people have watched my packing videos, they've seen this, which is the travel cosmetic. I think. Hold on. Never remember anything. Yes, this is the travel cosmetic from factory outlet store. So it's the factory style. And I always talk about how I love anything that's styled like a train case with the top that unzips and flips up, because I just feel like it gives you great visibility for what's in there. And I love the sort of retro styling of it. But I didn't take, this works well when I go to my dad's because I don't have to take a lot, although you can get a lot in here, as I think you can probably see in some of my videos. But I didn't take that because I thought, well, I'm going to have slightly bigger stuff maybe. And so I broke out this, which is hold on, gotta get the tags. This is the large blush and brush makeup case, which I notice now is being called on the website, which is what I'm looking at on my iPad. It's being called the iconic large blush and brush case. So slightly different name, but I think it's basically the same product and the same configuration of sections in there. I'll get to this, the iconic large cosmetic in a minute. So I hadn't ever used this before, and I got this at a factory outlet store in the clearance section. So I think it probably was 70% off. That's pretty standard percent off for the clearance section I'm finding in my outlet store. I definitely would recommend to people if they're not aware that you can get good signature stuff in your factory outlet stores, in the clearance section especially. So you should definitely, when I go to a factory outlet store, I usually first make a beeline to the clearance section to look what the signature items are, if there are any there. And that's where I found this. And so it was 50, the tag here has it at 52, so I got at least 70% off. I don't know if I had additional discounts or coupons or anything, but on the website now it's 60. This item is priced at 60, so it's gone up a bit. This is Havana Dots, this pattern, and this, for people who have Havana Rose, they probably recognize it. It's the cotton lining pattern that you see in Havana Rose. I like it. It's subtle, and I like the different colors of the polka dots. It sort of pick up the colors of the roses and the Havana Rose pattern. And what's nice about these is that you can see there's very fine cross-hatching in the dots, which I think is kind of nice. Just a little bit of interest there. So, let me measure it real quick, and then I can show you what I can get in there. And it's not even really full, completely full. You can see there's still a lot of space, or I could get more stuff in there for sure. But it worked really well. I wasn't expecting to like this 11 across here. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. 5 this way. And of course I've got it. It's pooching out a little bit because I got it stuffed, and it's accommodating that stuff. And let me just do this measurement. About 7, but 7 to 8 when you got stuff in there. So I have, let me do this section first, I guess. It's got 2 zipper sections. This one, it has that feature I really like that I talk about with wallets that I always like, is when you unzip something, it unzips flat. I just love that. And you can see this really probably is intended more as a makeup case, but I don't have a lot of makeup, and I certainly don't have any like powdered makeup that I would need brushes to apply. But that's what this section, really is for, with this piece of plastic that comes up, and you would stick your makeup brushes in here, and I guess this would protect, the bristles, the hair and the brushes, because I know some of those brushes can have very expensive, like natural hair, like sable or whatever. But to make use of these, I just stuck my, like lip balm, eyeliner. But, this is very short right now, but, it would accommodate, a long pencil there for sure. And my mascara. I'm sure not all mascara tubes would probably fit in there. These happen to be narrow enough that they fit in the wider brush holders. There are 2 widths here, narrow and a wide, just 2 widths. And then my razor. I'm sorry, I don't. I know everybody's very excited about the Vera Bradley razors that are at Target, but that's not my thing. I think that's a little silly. That's a lot of money to. I can't spend a lot of money on razors, disposable razors, and these work fine for me. So, but fits right in there, very nicely. I was very pleased. Very pleased when that happened. Okay, get that out of the way. So that's this section. Oh, and this has another zipper, clear zipper pouch here. I just have more lip balm and Q-tips and a hair tie. And I just put soft stuff in here. Like at first I put my razor in here and my comb, but I got a little nervous that something that was hard like that, a hard plastic, might somehow damage the plastic of the pouch. And so I took stuff out and only put soft stuff in there. But here you can get a nice look at the lining, which is vinyl, plastic lining, so easy to wipe stuff off of. It's not fabric. I can try to get some shot with less glare there. So this is really what sold me on this particular item. I mean, the outside, the polka dots are okay. I could take them or leave them. They're pretty, but they weren't really what was drawing me in. It was when I saw this lining that I just said, oh, look at those rich pinks and reds, and so luscious. They're all crammed together there with no background space. I really liked that. Almost like pop art or something. It just almost looked kind of like Warhol-esque to me. The silk screens with vibrant colors and the black areas. So this is what really sold me on it. And I was on the online outlet sale that's going on right now. I was looking at a lighten up version of this case because I liked it so much. So it's on vacation and I'm still shopping for Vera. Can't get Vera out of my mind. But I ended up not going for it, even though the prices are good, because the interior, the color of the one that I wanted, which was Petite Vines, the interior was just black. And it's just, like I said in another video that's just depressing to me. I mean, the appeal of Vera is the variety of color and the use of multiple patterns and one item. And so to me it wasn't worth it. I just decided I'd hold out, at least maybe for something with a lighter interior, if it's going to be that solid polyester, nylon, whatever. I just couldn't do the solid black was too depressing. And again, like I've said in another video, I don't think it helps visibility. For me anyway, I feel like I'm rooting around in the dark when I'm looking for something in there. So that was that first section. It's got the label there, the name label there. And then the back section. And it has this handle, right? It's got the fabric handle, which is nice. I love that. I love the case with the handle as opposed to something like this, which doesn't have a handle. It doesn't even have one of those loops on the side. It's just got this little thing. I don't really know That's not much to grab onto, but we'll get to this anyway. So that's nice. This handle is nice. And I like that it's not pleather. I know a lot of the signature items now have pleather handles, like the jewelry case. I think there's another little makeup case that started like a train case with the top that flips open, perhaps. So one of those items has a pleather top handle. I don't like that. Can get past the pleather. Anyway, so this section is gusseted. Doesn't lie flat. It is gusseted, but it opens very wide, and yet at the same time, I feel like the bag maintains its structure and stays standing up, which I think is sometimes what worries me, is that stuff's going to flop. The whole thing is just going to be too floppy when you need it to stand up and you're in the bathroom and you're looking for something. So these gussets are nice and wide, but yet the bag stays, in place, and you can pull it real wide and it stays in place. So you can see I have a lot of stuff in there, and it's not even, I could probably get more in up here, right? But, and just to note, because I am compulsive, I did have some of my things, like my shampoo bottle in a plastic Ziploc bag, just because even though this lining is easy to clean, since it is that plastic, that coated stuff, it just is so pretty. I just thought I don't want anything to spill on there, so I put my sort of more liquidy stuff in the bag. But for purposes of the video, I thought I don't want to have to deal with that. So okay, so I got in here a soap container, small shaving cream, but I do have a larger shaving cream canister that's about 5 ounces. This is 2.25 ounces, and I have a 5-ounce one that's a bit bigger, and it stands up perfectly in here. So I just didn't need that much for now. And eye makeup remover, pads, deodorant. So all this stuff would stand up this way nicely. Toothbrush, toothpaste. The only thing that wouldn't stand up was this. This was my full size shampoo bottle, and I just didn't feel like transferring to a smaller bottle. And since I saw that it fit this way, I mean, that's just beautiful to me, that you can get full size bottles of stuff in here. But because it was lying on its side, that made me a little nervous. So when I put this whole case in my luggage, I put it this way so that the shampoo was upright. But if I hadn't had to worry about that, I just would have put everything standing up vertically this way, and I would have put it into my luggage this way. But I just think that's great that you can get something like that in there. You probably could get full-size hair care products in there, like sprays or mousse or, other stuff. Obviously, conditioner bottle would be the same as this. So I just think that's very neat. I mean, it can accommodate that much space, size. I mean, so you can get a look in there. There we go. The lining and the pockets. It's got 4 mesh slip pockets in here. So in here I have it's just like nail clippers and tweezers and stuff. Travel scissors. Zit cream, because like I always say, I'm old, but I still break out. Thank you, Mother Nature and God. Oh, lip gloss, and my dad for the jeans. Dental floss. What else? Hair clip. So you can see I'm pretty random. By the way, I just throw stuff in there. I'm sure most people are more organized. But I love those mesh pockets. I do. They're very handy and a good size and easy to access, easy to get my hand in there. I'm very pleased with that. And get just an overall look at the inside there. But I just was very pleased with this. I mean, like I said, I was so pleased with it that while I was using it, I was going on to that online outlet sale wanting another one, especially in Lighten Up, because I did feel like, wanted to make sure that the sink counter in the bathroom was dry before I put the cotton fabric down on there. Not that it wouldn't dry or anything. It's just, just my sensitivity, like OCD, a little OCD. So I thought, well, the Lighten Up fabric would be perfect, right? And you really don't worry about it. But the lining kept me from it, so I'm just going to hold off and maybe later on get something else. But I definitely would recommend this. I enjoyed using this. Worked so well. Really just worked well. Slipped in and out of my luggage perfectly. So then again, this was the large blush and brush makeup case, or now the website is calling it the iconic large blush and brush case. So that was that. And then I thought, well, get that out of the way. I also used this. I didn't use it for toiletries, but since I have all my toiletries here, before I put them away, I could show, we can see together how much I could fit in here. I don't think I could fit my full-size shampoo bottle in here. I would have had to transfer to a smaller one, a smaller shampoo bottle, but I think everything else would fit in here just fine, so we can see. But this again is the iconic large Cosmetic, just like what's on the website now. When I got this at my local Hallmark, and it was $38, but I had a coupon, so so that's why I bought it. So I don't remember what I paid, but I got a little discount, not a huge discount, maybe 20% or something. But on the website, this item now, called the same thing, is $40. So they bumped up the price, probably that recent price increase, round of price increasing that they did, and bumped it up to $2. So this is side to side, about 10. 10 to 11. I mean, my measurements probably are not super accurate, but give you, they give you an idea. It's about 7. Here. About 5. Stuffed, I have stuff in there. And this is Daisy Dot Paisley, this particular pattern, which is, very pretty, very spring-like, good for Easter. It's a nice pattern placement, I think. But honestly, the driving factor with this was that I had a coupon. So I didn't really even look at pattern placement all that much. So it has this front zipper pocket, which is not lined with any coated, like a plastic coating or anything. So I'm keeping my knitting in here right now. So that's I have a crochet hook in here, but you can use that. I'll fill it up with the intended toiletries in a minute. So the inside here is just your quilted, the inside, the back of the quilted fabric, and this part, it's just this, it's just a continuation of this. So there's no coating here. But, if you wanted to worried about putting something that might leak or something wet in there, it's not protected. It's got the pleather pull tabs, and the plastic zipper. And the other, I should mention, right, everyone could tell, but this is a black soft plastic zipper, fabric pull ties still. But the zippers, the softer zippers that work well, don't catch. Not the metal ones. So in here, I just use this, and I've talked about this in another video, I think. This is how I travel with my knitting. So that's what this is. And yarn. But the inside here is coated with it is covered with plastic. So it's the back of the quilted fabric then covered with plastic, clear plastic. And that's why I was using it for my yarn, because I feel like protects it during travel, if there should be some kind of weather or something leaks in my luggage. So I feel like the yarn is just a little bit more protected. So your toiletries, if anything were to leak, the fabric would be protected, and it's easy to wipe off. And it's just a polka dot. So that's very cute. And so I'll just start putting stuff in. So this was my shampoo bottle, obviously. That's not going to fit. But it does fit that way. It fits this way. So I'll just leave it in there for now. Deodorant. I'm going to try stacking everything else, I think, upright. And then I'll see if I can get a good shot of it. That was shaving cream, eye makeup remover pad, my soap container, toothbrush, toothpaste, skin stuff. I'm just gonna throw it in there, but normally I might put this in a little Ziploc baggie or something just to contain it, because there is no there are no pockets or anything in here for additional organization like there were in the other thing with those mesh pockets. Here it's just one big open space. So if you wanted to get a little bit more control of your stuff, maybe you have to use Ziploc bags or smaller pouches, nesting in smaller pouches, which, hey, would be another excuse to use more Vera. So there's that. I would put stuff like my razor in probably with my tweezer and stuff like that, just to sort of contain it. But for now, to save time, I'm just going to throw stuff in there. And then all my makeup would be in a different, probably Ziploc bag. Q-tips, hair tie, dental floss, hair clip, lip gloss. I think that's everything. Okay, so let's see if we can sort of see it all in there. It's it's got a good amount of stuff in there, and it's still, you can see this, still a lot of space in there. You can see here, there's still a lot of space. Doesn't have gussets, but in a way, it kind of, they're both kind of staying the same way. Here it's like the zipper see, this zipper goes down farther, so the gusset keeps it under control. Here is the zipper stops here, and that's what keeps it under control, so it doesn't really splay open even more or get unwieldy. And it just zips right up. I guess this would be something you can hold on to. This little tab, there's this little tab there, fabric tab, there, fabric tab there. There's one here too, I didn't notice that. There's one on this side as well. So you can use that, I guess, for pulling, to help when you pull, but it is rather small. I find it a little, that's tiny to have to grab onto, try to find and grab onto. I think I would have appreciated a larger piece of fabric here, like a larger tab that looped out, or that tab that you see on some of the other cosmetic pouches, like they're on some of the factory style pouches where there's a big loop here. And that's very handy for grabbing onto, both to pull something out of your luggage and for resistance when you're working the zipper. So that I could stand to have that, I think, here. But, it seems, to serve its purpose. I think I do prefer this still. I like having the two sections. I like having the mesh slip pockets, and I like the other zipper pocket as well in that other section. I do like having some interior pockets and organizational structure, oddly, for someone who just tends to throw stuff in there. I do like that option, and this also has that option. This has a few mesh slip pockets in this wall of the bag and on the sides, and then it has a zipper pocket back across this way. It's not mesh. It's part of the lining, the nylon lining or polyester, whatever. So I do like those, and I do make use of them. Oddly, for someone who doesn't really use interior pockets that much in a bag, I do in the travel items. I do. I don't know if I would ever put anything. I guess you could put something in here. Might tend to get a little misshapen. And try to stick it in your luggage. I don't know. I certainly wouldn't put anything that I thought was going to leak in here. And like I wouldn't want to put my razor in here or my little travel scissors. I don't know. I just wouldn't want anything sharp in there. Because it's going to get, I don't know, you never know what happens to your luggage in travel, right? It gets sort of manhandled and roughhoused and smushed. So, but again, got a lot of stuff in there. So this would work, too. I mean, I could see myself using this if I had to, but if I had the space, I think I would go with this. It's just a little bit bigger. Let's see if I zipper it, if that helps to compare. It just seems a little bit bigger. Maybe not in the width. but in the height and the length a little bit. I love that handle on top. This is handy for sure. That's not helping. There, that's a little bit. So it's just a little bit bigger, not too terribly different in the sizes. But that was that. That's the sort of the comparison of the two, and just giving a sort of overview of this. And I hope that was helpful to the person who had requested about this a while back. And again, I'm sorry, I completely forgot about that. I'm sure at some point I'll probably talk about this again because I have this in another pattern as well. So it might come up in another video sometime. But those are my travel cases. I guess it's Travel Tuesday. I don't think I have enough travel stuff to always do Travel Tuesdays. I can't always be thinking in hashtags. Today was Travel Tuesday before I put all my toiletries away. So this was the, oh God, the large, iconic large Cosmetic, and the large blush and brush case. Anyway, those were my travel bags of the weekend/day. Thanks for watching.